Hey guys, Dino here. In today's video we're going to be looking at the top 5 perks for Predator and Fireteam. These are the perks that I find work the best and that I've had the most success with. This does ultimately come down to personal preference though, so some people might find different perks more useful for them. If this is the case, please leave down in the comments below what perks you guys think is on the top 5. But without further ado, let's get into it. At the number 5 spot, we have the perk Impatience. Impatience reduces the second wind cooldown ability from 5 minutes to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Impatient is a very strong perk for especially beginner players who are getting into the game and have a harder time killing the fire team. Since the second wind ability is very crucial to being able to safely engage in combat, the fact that you can have it on a shorter cooldown period makes it very strong, since if you do lose it, it comes back faster and you can get back into an aggressive playstyle much sooner than you normally would. Honestly, Impatient is the most lackluster of all the perks on this list. It's not the strongest, but it definitely is one of the more helpful perks out of all of them. At the number 4 spot, we have the perk Impenetrable. Impenetrable reduces the damage you take from bullet-based weapons. Impenetrable is one of the best perks in my opinion because it reduces the amount of damage you take from the fire team by a lot. It allows you to stay in fights a lot longer, maybe get those quick claims you were trying to get, and it's just all around extremely good. Tankiness and extra HP will never be bad in video games. At the number 3 and 2 spot, we have the perks Fearless and Downrange. Fearless will deal extra damage with close combat weapons, and Downrange will deal extra damage on ranged weapons. The reason why I'm putting these two together is because they essentially do the same thing, and you're just going to want to run the one that works better for you. Therefore, the better one really depends on which Predator style you play. If you're more of a ranged Predator, then you're going to want to go with Downrange. And if you're a close combat, Fearless. Keep in mind, there are 7 melee weapons and 4 ranged weapons, excluding the wrist blade and the shoulder cannon. Before we get to the number 1 Predator perk, if you guys found the video informative and helpful, please leave a like and consider subscribing because I'm going to try and upload more of these types of videos in the future. At the number 1 spot, we have the perk Large Pouch. Large Pouch gives increased uses of gear items to your Predator. This perk, in my opinion, is flat out the best perk you can run on your Predator for the simple fact that it brings your health kits from 2 to 4. Honestly, that is a big difference in games. If you have to have a last second heal whenever you're in combat and you can't run off and go get a pig and you want to keep an eye on your enemies, you can just pop your healing kit without worrying that you're going to run out of them towards the end. Large Pouch also increases all of your gear items by 2. So if you have the wrist launcher, you go from 10 uses to 12 uses, your motion detector from 5 to 7, and so on. And those are the top 5 perks for Predator in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. But without further ado, let's get to the Fireteam perks. At the number 5 spot, we have the perk Double Time. Double Time increases your movement speed by quite a bit. It's very useful for hairy situations against the Predator if you have to run away, dodge its attack, or even just crossing large distances on the map. It's very nice for objective rush, and I personally love running it with the recon class with the specialization Amphibious, making you insanely fast. I've had games where the Predator just physically cannot catch up to me. At the number 4 spot, we have the perk Tracker. The Tracker perk allows you to have a longer lasting Predator spot. This is super useful in engagements with your team since some people might not see the Predator when you do. So you can just spot the Predator and everybody else will know where he is. And with the longer lasting spot, you will be able to keep track of them a lot longer, and it will be a lot harder for the Predator to engage and disengage. I personally like using this perk. It really is useful for playing with randoms. If you're not playing with randoms, then you can probably replace it with any other perk, really. So this one also comes down to personal preference. At the number 3 and 2 spot, we have the perks Thick Skinned and Elf Trained. The reason why I put these two together again is because, honestly, it just comes down to personal preference. Thick Skin will give you overall increased health, and Elf Train will reduce the amount of Predator damage you take. Both of these are really good, and I use them all the time, sometimes together, sometimes by themselves. Honestly, whichever one you prefer using really comes to you. If you think you're gonna just rush the objectives, maybe Thick Skin might be better for you. If you think you're gonna be fighting the Predator more often, then take Elf Train. They're both really good, and they're just universally used perks. And the number 1 perk for Fireteam is Yauchs Bane. Yauchs Bane allows you to deal more damage to the Predator. I think this is the best perk for Fireteam straight up, because dealing more damage to the Predator will just make your life a lot easier in game. You're gonna kick him out of the fights more often, he's gonna have to go heal more often, and the longer that he's away, the more time you guys have to do your objectives, and you guys won't be dying and being downed as much. It'll also deter the Predator from taking quick claims on your teammates, and it's just the best perk to use because killing a Predator faster will just make the entire experience better for you, and it will get you more wins probably. And that's the end of the video, guys. Top 5 perks with Predator and Fireteam. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I really appreciate you guys sticking to the end of the video if you guys did. And I will see you guys in the next video.